What's up, people? Hola, hola. If you're new here, bienvenidos de nuevo. If you are tuning in again, as you all can tell by the title of this video, I am coming to you from Bali, Indonesia. I got here on Monday and today is actually Saturday, so I have a lot to catch you guys up on. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing my initial thoughts and first impressions on being here in Bali, what it's been like living and working here, and also giving you guys some insight into how much it has cost me to stay here. My first impression being here was that the people are super nice. I came here from Thailand. If you've been following along with the vlog, you know I flew here from Bangkok. And even there, like, the people are super nice. I feel like it might just be like a Southeast Asia thing where the people in general are really friendly, welcoming, opening. But here I found the people in Bali to be really nice, but also more chill than they were in Thailand. In Thailand, I felt like they went out of their way. Like, our doorman at our last place would go out of his way to like greet us and tell us hi, good morning, like multiple times in one sitting. Like, he was just very energized. It's very much energetic friendliness. And here I get the same vibes. They're very friendly, but it's more of like a casual, like, you know, hey, welcome. So the Balinese people to me are very chill, but they're also extremely nice and accepting of different cultures and different people coming to visit, to come to visit their home. My next impression or takeaway that I had from being here the first couple days was that Bali, the local areas of Bali and resorts look very different. It's clear that their money is definitely invested into tourism and making those areas look really nice. So the different type of like resorts and things that you see on Instagram and online, they look completely different from like local rural Bali, where the Balinese people who live here every day are staying. That's not a bad thing. It's just, it is what it is. So I think when I came, I was kind of expecting like everywhere to kind of look like the pictures I would see online, and that's not the case. I still haven't got to do any of the really touristy things. The first week that I've been here, I've really just been heads down and working and trying to get into routine. That's a whole nother story. But basically just getting adjusted this first week. So I haven't done any of the super touristy things. There's still things I want to do, like going to see the rice fields and going to see the different waterfalls and the beaches. And I think those are more of the picturesque, like cute photos that you would see online. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. But the reality, the takeaway that I saw being here was that the streets, the local streets, look very different from what you would see like on a resort or the nicer areas that they have built up to attract tourism here. I should mention that I'll be here in Bali for 3 weeks. So this first week, really the first 2 weeks, I was just planning to be here working, getting settled, and kind of get into routine. As a digital nomad, it is something that I crave, being able to get into routine and kind of find my way. So my plan since I was here for 3 weeks was to do all of the more touristy things the last week that I'll be here. Currently I'm staying in Seminyak, which is a little, it's like close to the airport almost. It's like on the southwest side of the island. And the last week that I'll be staying here, I'll be moving to Ubud. So Ubud is supposed to be more of like the touristy area, around more of those areas that you probably see online. So yeah, that is why I've kind of separated my trip up in that way, where here for the first 2 weeks, just kind of going to cafes, gym, routine, all of that. And then the last week that I'm here, I'll do the tours, pair up with local guides, different things like that. But since being here, I have seen these little offering baskets. I'll pop in a picture here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But essentially, it is a little basket with like flowers. Sometimes they'll have food in there. They put like incense. And so every morning when I've gotten up, just walking around morning or afternoon, really all day, these are just sitting outside on the ground. And so that was one of the first things I noticed with being here. And I was like, what are these little like offering baskets? Don't know what they are just yet, but really excited to find out more about the culture and what these little offering baskets are as I get to do more of the touristy things here. Lastly, another thing that really stood out to me being here, again, I feel like this is across Southeast Asia, but as a woman, I can walk outside and I don't feel like I'm getting unnecessary, unwanted attention. Like, I feel like I am just another human walking outside with other humans. If I happen to pass another man or woman on the street, they smile, they nod. It's an acknowledgement of like your presence being there, and then keep it going. I could have on short shorts. I could have on a long dress. I could be dressed up as like, you know, I'm out here to get chose, and people will still just nod and keep it pushing. I don't get unwanted comments told about how I look or what my physical appearance is like or what someone's opinion of what I look like is. And I have got to admit, I love it. I get now why Bali is such a good destination for specifically solo women travelers, and even more specifically Black solo women travelers, because that's not something that you get commonly in the West. Even when I was in Colombia, like, when you leave the house, people comment on your appearance all the time. Mind you, it's usually something positive, but sometimes you just want to be able to live your life and not have to worry about others' opinions of you, not have those pushed on you or vocalized 24/7. So that's another thing that has stood out to me being here in Bali. It was the same way in Thailand. Like, walking around, I felt perfectly comfortable with just being outside, being around other people, and not having to worry about hearing other people's opinions of me, because you don't want to hear that all the time. So yeah, I really like that being here. It's been refreshing to just kind of exist and be able to be in my own world and that be okay. Okay, so those were just my quick takeaways of being here. Like I said, it's only been like 6 days, really 5 days since I've really been here. So a lot more that I have yet to experience. I'm sure I will have more thoughts and insights on what it's like being here as I continue my trip here. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and tune in so that you don't miss any of my updates on this Bali trip of mine. Now I'll just give you guys a brief overview of what I did each day and what my total expenses were for that day. The first day that I was officially here was Tuesday. When I woke up on Tuesday, I went and had brunch at this cute little cafe. Chicken sandwich, fries, and a mango smoothie. Then afterwards, I went and grabbed some water. I got a water bottle. You cannot drink the water here in Bali, so water is an expense to account for, but it's not that expensive. And then I went out to the beach. I got this nice little beach chair. It was super comfortable, and I passed out. I took a post-travel day nap on the beach. It was wonderful. And the chair that I paid for, it was unlimited use for the whole day. Just made it out to the beach. It was about a 15-minute walk out here from the cafe that I got brunch at. And yeah, these chairs are really comfortable. They're all cushiony. It cost 100K rupiah. Still trying to learn the money out here. But more or less, that's about like 650 USD. And yeah, I think it's well worth it. There's no time limit. You can just come, and the beach is open till late. It's also a really chill beach out here. Like, it's quiet and serene. Probably just gonna hang out here for a couple hours. Everyone's just chilling. Woke up post nap. And then I went to dinner after that. Went to this little Balinese spot and had, I forget the name of it, but I'll pop in a picture so you guys can see what it looks like. But essentially this rice and chicken dish. It was like chicken fried rice, chicken skewers, and these little things they call chips. And then I finished the night off because I deserve with some ice cream. Really good gelato from this place that was nearby and had people lined up around the corner. So I definitely made it a stop, and it was good ice cream. I don't think I really cared for the flavors that I got, at least not combined. They were okay. It was like what did I get? Like a mascarpone strawberry shortcake and salted almond. I don't know what I was thinking picking those flavors. It was like meh. The ice cream was good. I'll go back and just not pick those flavors. Happy. Anyways, the total expenses that I had for that day came out to $22.58. The next day, I got breakfast delivered. So I got, I don't even remember what I bought, but I'll pop in pictures so you guys can see what my breakfast was. But yeah, I got food delivery for breakfast. Then I've been looking for a gym since I've been out here. A lot of them have day passes, week passes, month passes. So I really like that. You don't have to opt in to get a subscription. The downfall is like the gyms around here aren't all that great. Like there's a lot of gym options, but a lot of them are older or don't really have AC, or like it's just not the level of quality I'm used to when it comes to going to gyms. But I do like the fact that they have different day passes. And some of them even have happy hours. So I went to this particular gym because they had a happy hour deal. I was able to pay $5 to use the gym between the hours of 12 and 4. So after that, I got a protein smoothie bowl. This also was delivered through Grab. Post-workout smoothie bowl with protein. It has 35 grams of protein. Obviously granola, coconut, all the toppings. I believe the base is mango. And it was around $5. And then I went to go work at a cafe called the Hardin. So I did some co-working from there for the day, and basically just sat there and worked and ate all day. I had 2 meals and they came out to $11, so I thought that was pretty good. After that, I went and got some groceries because even though getting food here in Bali is easy, I like to be able to make my own breakfast meals. And sometimes I get hungry at night, so I like to just have food on hand. Y'all know I like to eat. If you watch the channel, like, you know I like to eat. So I like to have food on hand. So I went to the grocery store and picked up some fruits, breakfast things, snacks. Oh my goodness. It's so dark out here. It's only like 9 o'clock. But yes, I just finished at the cafe I was working at. Now I am walking to the grocery store. I feel like every time I vlog my life, there's always food involved. Y'all know I'm a fat kid at heart. I can't help myself. But yes, just showing I'm walking. It's 9 o'clock at night. It's pitch dark, and in terms of safety, I feel fine. Like there are people out walking around, plenty of street lights, plenty of people out here. So yeah, it's not too bad walking and being solo at this hour. And like I said, I feel fine safety-wise. To be honest with you, the least of my worries is anybody bothering me or just any issues with people. I think my biggest concern are rats. Rats and roaches and just little nasty things that crawl and creep in the night. So yeah, I had a rat crawl over my foot in Thailand. Since then I've been scarred, and before I left the cafe I saw a rat crawl across the floor. So now I'm like out on the lookout for different rodents on the ground, praying that I don't see any while I'm out here. But yeah, that's the biggest of my concerns walking. The humans are fine, it's the rodents. Made it. So that grocery run came out to be around $20, $19.29. But all in all for the day, everything that I did, it came out to $47. And again, that's because I bought groceries. So it basically was like half the cost of the day expenses. The next day, I went back to the same gym, the Hammerhead gym, at happy hour. So I got the same rate. And then I pretty much was inside my room for that day. I had extreme travel exhaustion. If you've seen my vlogs of when I was in Phuket, the same thing happened where the day after I land from traveling, I seem to be fine. I can even get up early in the morning. But that third day, it like just hits you like a brick. At least it hits me like a brick. And so I slept in a lot that day. I worked that afternoon from my room, and so I ended up ordering Grab for dinner. And I got a protein shake and a double protein chicken bowl. Gotta get that protein in. So all in all, for that day, I ended up spending $15.82 or $16. Next day, I did grab again for breakfast, which in hindsight was a huge mistake because I ordered I think it was a coffee shake. Yeah, I ordered a coffee shake, eggs, and chicken. And I knew when I bit into this chicken that it probably wasn't the best chicken. Like, it didn't taste that great. And if I'm being 100%, like, the energy from that chicken was just not, it wasn't good energy chicken. But I woke up hungry and it was in front of me, and against my better judgment, I didn't finish it, but I ate a good portion of it, and I got really bad food poisoning. Here they call it the Bali belly. I just call it torture. It was no bueno. It was one of those things where it kind of like sat in my stomach. I guess it took my body a while for it to digest. So I just felt like crap for like a good portion of the day. Around 2 or 3 p.m., I finally was able to get rid of it and it all came up. And so normally when I get food poisoning, that's usually the part where you start to feel better. Once you get the food out of your system, then the poisoning is gone. At least that's how food poisoning has always worked for me. That wasn't the case. So I threw up and I was feeling better and wanted to eat because that breakfast was all that I had eaten that day. And so I found a Vietnamese restaurant that was about 10 minutes away from where I'm staying. And usually pho is a great hangover cure, but it's also just a great cure if you haven't been feeling well. It's like a healing soup. I don't know what they put into that pho, but it's good. So I got some pho and I got some tea in order to like settle my stomach. And didn't go quite as planned. So I think I messed up because I did put some chili oil into the pho, and maybe a little too much because I underestimated how hot the chili oil would be. But like, one thing you're definitely not supposed to eat on a messed up stomach is spicy food. So learn from me, if you ever have an upset tummy and you go to get some soup, really anything you go to eat after that, don't let it be spicy because it'll set you back. And it set me back bad. I may have taken like 5 bites of the soup or spoonfuls of the pho, and I had ordered a teapot, so I had like the little teacups, drank about 2 of those, and then I just was not feeling it. It's really unfortunate because I asked the waitress if they had a bag. Like, I got the rest of my pho to go because I knew it was time to go. And I asked her where their bathroom was, thinking that it would be in the restaurant. And she points like across the parking lot. She's like, "Oh yeah, it's down there to the..." I was like, "You got a bag?" Because this is happening right now. And then she comes out with a brown paper bag. And at this point, like, I have no control. So she's like, "Oh, this is the bag you needed, right, to pack your food?" And I'm like, "No." Oh gosh, this was not funny during the moment. And I would even say it was embarrassing, but it wasn't because I was so sick. Like, I could not help it. Thankfully, I did not throw up on her. I threw up in the bag, but like, it's a brown paper bag. I knew it wasn't gonna hold. So I ended up like running out to the street and putting the bag on the ground and just throwing up in that. And like, it helped cover some of the puke, but like, it was just gonna fall out the bag anyway. It was, oh gosh, it was horrific. Not one of my proudest moments. I did survive, but least to say, after that, I knew I needed to go to a clinic because as I was throwing up the second time, I had a really bad muscle spasm, to the point where like my left oblique it felt like there was a knot like in my abdomen. And I was just like, I don't know what this is. It hurt. My body was still pushing everything out, but it was painful because of this muscle spasm that I was having. So I decided to find a clinic, got a ride to that clinic. They were able to see me that night, thank God, because it was like going on 10 o'clock. But fortunately, they were open 24 hours, and there's actually a few different clinics out here that are open 24 hours because Bali belly is a real thing. And a lot of tourists get it. And not even just tourists. I mean, my The lady who is hosting me in this accommodations here, she was telling me the other day, she was like, yeah, I've gotten food poisoning before, and it's not fun. It's not fun. So yeah, least to say, that wasn't a highlight, but it happened. And it was an expense that I had to record. It ended up being, well, the treatment that I ended up getting was an IV treatment. The doctor that I saw said I was extremely dehydrated. No surprise there, because I hadn't been able to keep anything down all day. They pumped me with some electrolytes, some vitamins, and stuff to help with the muscle cramp that I was experiencing. So it was like a muscle relaxer type of thing. And it was one other thing. I don't know. It was a lot. I felt like she was trying to sell me the world. Honestly, I was just like, how much does all of this cost? Which, in hindsight, your health should not have a price tag, okay? But I really was not trying to spend like a crazy amount of money on something that is food poisoning. I'm so used to like throwing it up and it's done. So all in all, she recommended me like 10 different medications. Like they wanted to do the IV drip, which I was in agreement with, but then she also recommended like 5 other over-the-counter oral medicines for me to take. And I was like, I'm not taking all of those. Not only do I not want to pay for those, but I don't believe in just putting everything into my body, and I don't like taking oral medicine. So we cut it down to 3. I got some antibiotics, some probiotics, and some electrolytes. And then of course they did the IV. And all that came out to be $218. Yes, $218. Let me go ahead and use this as a caveat here. If you do not have travel insurance, when you're coming to Bali, that is the one place you probably should get it. Otherwise, this would have all been out of pocket, and I would have been really sad. So I still have to file my claim with Safety Wing. That is the travel insurance company that I use. I will get back to you guys on how they respond to that claim, but hopefully they take care of majority, if not all of this, because it is covered under the coverage that I have. And with Safety Wing, you're able to select what travel days that you want to be covered for. So I, as a nomad, I just have full coverage monthly. I pay $45 a month, and it goes with me in whatever country I'm visiting. But if you're just going on vacation, you can adjust your dates for coverage for just the amount of time that you need. So if you're just coming to Bali for like 10 days, you just get coverage for those 10 days. And if you get Bali belly like I do, you'll be insured. But medical expenses aside, the total cost that I spent during that day was $20.57. All in all, for the week so far, Tuesday to Friday, I spent about $106 when it came to everyday expenses, groceries, transportation, food, and some activities. All I really did was go and lie out on the beach. Now, as you can see, I'm in my bathing suit because I'm feeling better and I really want to get to the beach. So I am getting out of the house today, finally, and I'm going to go rent a scooter, and then I want to hop around and see some of the beaches, at least in the south part of the island. And maybe hit up a pool party later today. It's still debatable. That is one thing to note if you're coming to Bali. There are a lot of WhatsApp groups. There's a huge WhatsApp community here, similar to Medellin, Colombia, and some other places I've been. But there's a specific group, Black in Bali. It's good to join if you're looking to connect with other people and find events while you're here. My plan was to go. They're throwing a pool party later today. I wanted to go make it, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, this weekend I plan to be at the house. I plan to be able to see more Bali and show you guys more beyond just my room. So this is my room here. This place is, I'll drop the name of this place here. But as you can see, just a 1-bedroom, full-size bed. I have a closet here, and there's also drawer space down here. So these 2 drawers are where I can put most of my clothes. This is the front. It's a huge window, but it also opens up onto this little patio area. And it's so peaceful out here. There's also some seating over there and over here. And then there's a kitchen over here, upstairs. And then other guests are there and there. There's a little TV and a desk over that way. And then air conditioning, which is so important, and it works great. Over here is the bathroom. Let's grab the toilet, the shower. I was really hesitant about this whole shower situation because I was like, what? It's right next to the toilet, but it actually hasn't been too bad. And the water gets hot, really, really hot, so that's great. And then the sink and stuff over here. They've got hanging racks. Yeah. As I am continuing this trip, I will keep you guys updated on what my expenses are while being here. Also, what my thoughts are here in Bali. And truthfully, you know, Bali belly aside, I've really been loving my time here. It's been a nice, peaceful getaway, especially after leaving such a huge and constantly bustling city like Bangkok. So, like I said, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching this video until the end, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Ciao.